She don't need me to buy her nothing. She got money in the bank. What you think? She don't take off, she's done. She don't buzz. What you think?
What's going on?
What's up, Mama Sita?
Poppin',
Grab my-
shorty?
Huh?
I said, what's popping, shorty?
Shit. Trying to light some Palo Santos real quick. What's the subject? Accountability?
Yeah.
All right.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be recording on Anchor as well.
But yeah.
So when I drop the episode, this recording that you got going on, you send it to me so I can edit it and put it on YouTube and on the Facebook and Instagram page.
For sure.
Yeah, so let me hold on one second. Oh, duh. Let me turn that this way so I can get all the sound effects.
Okay, boo.
All right, I am recording. Hello, how are you?
Hey there, I'm good. How are you?
Don't worry about it. Good.
Girl, the damn phone want to just start talking out the blue, talking about don't worry about it.
Don't even worry about it, shawty. Don't even worry about it. All right, so this is Real Life, Real Talk podcast, and my name is Octavia. I go by Miss Tavy, and on here I have with me is Miss Dawn. Hi, Miss Dawn. Tell us a little bit about you.
Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Dawn. That's what my mama named me. I call myself Dot Bay or Oracle Bay.
Okay.
And the dot is just a period.
Okay.
What am I? I'm a mother. I call myself a creative because I do too many things to even just start naming that shit off. But I am here to support my sister in her endeavors, and whatever happened.
Hey, all right. That's what's up. So Miss Dawn, do you have an Instagram that anybody can follow you?
Yeah, they can follow me at NFT Goddess, NFT, like the NFTs, GODDES 1.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes.
So y'all go follow my girl, my sister. I don't know, like since day one, we kind of clicked. So, and so today's topic is about accountability. So we're gonna talk about broader range of accountability.
Let's get into it.
Let's dig into this. All right, so for me, accountability was definitely something I didn't understand until like lately in my life, probably like within the last 10 years of my life. And I am 36 years old.
Yeah.
So it wasn't something that was taught to me. It wasn't something that, you know, like your mom and daddy teach you this. I didn't grow up with my mom and daddy, so I wasn't taught by them. I basically kind of just had to learn it on my own.
Yeah.
And stop blaming other people for like the decisions that I was making.
Yes, Lord.
And when stuff happened to me, I want to blame everybody else because it happened to me, but I didn't think about what I did for it to happen. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am. Trying to teach my 15-year-old boy that right now.
Oh my goodness. How is that working out?
You really want to go there right now? Do you really want to do this?
Because I swear I'm trying to teach that to my kids, and my kids are 11 and 12, and I'm kind of already trying to teach them like stop blaming other people for the stuff that you do. If you're angry, like it's okay to express your feelings and express how you feel about stuff. That is perfectly okay. No one ever says that'll be okay. But it comes when it's not okay is when you react to something and you say, well, they made me do it. Mm-hmm. It's their fault.
Yeah.
But they did this, so that's why I did that. Mm-hmm. So in the end, who gets in trouble? Them or you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who does the consequences come back on? You or them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yes,
and that's the same with a lot of stuff, even with like, you know, when you want to get an altercation with people and you be like, you know what? it's not even worth it.
at all.
Like, you know what? It's not even worth it. I got so much more to lose than, ever. So there's no point. So I've had to learn that too, because girl,
That's
I
right.
used to like to fight.
Girl, that's not even. I
That's
mean,
another subject.
when I tell you the last fight I got into, I was fucking 43 years old.
You was what?
43.
Wait, time out. So how old are you now, though?
I almost said, bitch, I'm 45. 45.
Really?
Girl,
I thought you was in your 30s.
thank you. Thank you. But honey, let me tell you. So I'm with you on teaching the kids young accountability. My son was 5 the first time he had his accountability test because he decided he wanted to stay with his dad, which is understandable.
Right.
And I allow my son to be free enough where he's, as long as he's not hurting anybody and putting himself in bad situations, right? I let my son talk to me about sex, if he getting into drugs. I let him talk to me about anything without judgment, right?
Right.
So from the time he was born, it's been that way, because not because my mother didn't allow me, but because she just wasn't, everybody, parents, they have a life too. They were a person before they became your parents. So they still learning, like we all learning how to be parents. We learning how to be human. We learning how to be ourselves. So it wasn't that she didn't try to teach me some things. It was just her method wasn't clear. You know what I'm saying? Because it was more so do as I say and not as I do. Right. So, and that's nothing against her. She her own person. I love my mother. But at the same time, with my child, I said, I'm not going to do that. If I'm smoking, I can't get mad at him if he starts smoking. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing it in front of him.
Right.
Most children, they follow by example more so than we tell them to do. So when he decided that he wanted to go to his father's house, I said, hey, this is your decision. This is your father. I will not keep you from that. However, just know that if something doesn't go the way you want it to go, if you're getting in trouble and you're doing things that you're not supposed to do, you can't be mad at your father for chastising you, right? Right. Unfortunately, it didn't work out at that time. It was because he got into trouble. It's just he wasn't used to it. He was 5, right? So 5-year-old, like children still need nurturing from the mother. If you separate it, I understand the boy should be with the father if the father is responsible enough. Right. And the girl should be with the mother if the mother is responsible enough. Because we can say for sure that there are definitely some mothers that are not responsible. So long story short, now he's 15, 10 years later, he still hasn't learned his accountability. So, and like I told him, I said, look, I was a teenager before. I did shit. The first time I tasted weed was when I was 7 years old. Not because nobody outside gave it to me, but because it was New Year's Eve. My mother thought it was cute. We wanted this because it smelled so good. And we was like, we want some of them funny cigarettes. And she just gave us a little hit. We ain't know what the fuck we was doing. Child services can't fuck with you, mommy. I'm 45 now. But
right. Now they can't do that now.
That was my first time tasting it. When I was 15, it's the first time I decided I wanted to smoke for myself, right? Right. So he's 15. I expect that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I expect you to follow through with your responsibilities at home. You can't do what you want to do. Where I live at is he's able to be emancipated at 16, which he's been thinking about wanting to do that for a while. Fine with me. If you're responsible enough, they're not going to let you emancipate yourself if you're not showing responsibility as a citizen. Right. They're going to look at you like, oh, you can't even keep a job. You can't even go to school. You can't even. Sir. So that's where we're at right now. So he's learning his life lesson now. And I won't get into whole details right now. We'll get into that on another show. Right. Because it's rough for me because he's my only one. Right. So it's really rough. But he's gonna learn his lesson one way or the other. We're all gonna learn our lessons one way or the other. Like I didn't, as my son was growing up, he barely got whoopings, right? Not because he didn't deserve them,
Mm-hmm.
but because I felt like if God whooped my ass every time I did something wrong,
Boy.
I wouldn't be here.
Okay.
I wouldn't be here.
That's a
So
good one.
you
I
know,
like that.
so
And
I
that's true.
right. So I kind of allowed him to do get away with not get away with, but not get beat
You
up
pick your
because
battles.
yes, because I didn't want to beat fear into him either. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want him to have a slave mentality of if master raised their hand, I better duck. So I want him to be strong. I want him to be strong-minded, but I just want him to have common sense and accountability.
Yeah. That's the, you know, and it's so funny that there's people that are older than me and you, and they still do not have accountability.
Yeah.
And it's so bananas to me. And I'm like, when I start looking back over my life, I'm like, wow, like I wish I had learned that lesson a long time ago.
You start reminiscing on what you could have done to not be in that situation. Girl, like even when I got sexually assaulted not too long ago, I was talking to my cousin, my male cousin, about it. And I told him, you know, even the rapists want to be understood. And he looked at me and he was like, you actually said that out your mouth? I said, yeah. I said, because everybody is damaged. He didn't do what he did because he consciously was just,
right.
He did what he did because in his subconscious mind, something made him feel like he had that right. You know what I'm saying? And I had to think about how I ended up in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Being too nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just being too nice. You know, I'm very flirtatious. I love people, but flirting don't mean fucking.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Bleep.
There's two different words.
Bleep. Bleep. But it's all cool. You know what I'm saying? I forgive him. He's going to get his just due because I know I'm not the only one, just the way that it happened. But I had to be accountable for my actions. And I knew that I could have put myself in a better situation. Mm-hmm. Now, at the same time, when it happened, I also could have done some violent things because I had a weapon on me. But at the same time, in the moment, I'm thinking about my son. I have to, you know what I'm saying, where I'm gonna go, what I'm gonna do, you know what I'm saying? So
that stuff, yep.
Some shit you gotta let happen to prevent other shit from happening. But accountability is hard. That's why we have people my age, your age, and older still don't understand accountability. It's easier to say it's somebody else's fault than it is to take that L and say, I fucked up.
That shit hurt.
It hurt.
That shit hurt.
It hurt like a motherfucker.
It really hurts. You be sitting somewhere like, ouch. Like I really did that to myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to take that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you have to. Like
you have to.
It's a lesson in that.
Girl, I had to, like, how I helped myself face my accountability is I have a whole comedy stand-up skit about when I was assaulted. Yeah. And I was in New York doing the show one day, and this lady, she had to have been from the UK or Europe. It was a Black lady. And when I got off the stage, she came up to me. She was like, you made my day. I laughed so hard, but you are so right and you are so brave. And it just made me realize that accountability doesn't have to hurt. Because if we focus on making the right decisions or try to make the best decision, then that accountability in the end result, whatever decision you make and whatever the outcome is, it won't hurt so bad.
I like how you put that.
Thank you.
I ain't look at it like that.
Yeah.
But then sometimes, like, so okay, my question, my thing is this. We try so hard to make the right decisions, right? But do you think it's okay to make the wrong decision, like
Oh yeah. Yeah. Depending on the situation.
depending on the situation.
You know what I'm saying? I made the wrong decision just talking to this guy alone. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
in my head, I knew I was saying to myself, but at the same time, I was drugged too. You know what I'm saying? So depending on what state of mind you're in when you're
Mhm.
making these decisions, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because we're all gonna make bad decisions. We're gonna think it's a right one, but sometimes, and it could be an awesome endeavor. You know what I'm saying? Just take if I wanted to be a ballet dancer with my rhythmless ass, I decided to go take some ballet classes, right? Girl, as black as I am, as thick as I am, I ain't got not a damn bit of rhythm, right? My Tai Chi teacher be like, move your body. I'll be like, I am moving my body.
Oh God, that's funny.
But
Oh
if I
shit.
decide to go take ballet and think I'm about to go out here and be Shaheem or Beyonce or whoever,
Whoever.
whoever the best dancers are, then that's gonna be a bad decision. I know that ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I ain't gonna make it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if I decide to say, okay, I wanna be a famous artist, painter,
Right.
that's something I can do.
Okay.
Now, how easy it's gonna be to do that, ain't no telling. But I can take that role because that's a part of me. That's something that I do. But I know just because I know how to paint, I can't quit my job.
All right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's decisions. You know what I'm saying?
Decisions. Make the best decisions.
Hey, we got
I
to.
would say that is, I feel like for me, I think that hit me kind of hard this year. And the only reason why I'm gonna say that is because there was an incident in my life that happened at the beginning of this year to where I was forced to make a decision to whether I was gonna drop everything I had and move to another whole state, like 9 hours away. Right. And it was for somebody that I was in love with. But my thing was, I was sitting here thinking, like, if I move, what the hell could happen to me and my kids? Like, yeah, I work. I have my own business. I work for myself, so I could work anywhere. But then, like, where would I live? Where are we gonna live at? What are we gonna do? You don't have a job because you left your job down here and went up there because of the tragic that happened in the family.
Yeah.
But that was like, you want me to drop everything.
Yeah.
And move up there. And then I was like, what if I get up there and get stuck, get homeless, end up locked up or some shit or some stuff? You know what I mean? Like, who can I blame for that?
Yeah.
Like, because I wouldn't be able to blame him because it was my decision to move up.
Yeah.
So
same.
I was just like, I hated that I had to break up with him, but I was like, I don't want to take that L because at the end, that's gonna hit me hard.
Yeah, because you got your babies. That's because you got your babies. Yep.
Yeah, like if I had no kids, I would have.
Bro, right.
I got kids.
Yeah.
I can't do that to the kids.
No.
You know what I mean? So like, that was a tough one for me this year. Like that was a tough one. I was with him for 4 years.
Oh wow. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
You know,
if it's meant to be, it's gonna come, it'll come back around if it's meant to be. You know,
if it's meant to be, right.
Opportunity will represent itself if it's meant to be, for sure. Because I definitely understand. I'm a nomad. Like I'm from Ohio. And since 2012, I've stayed in, this is my, let me see. This is my 7th state. Right? My 7th state.
The job?
No, because I like to
move around.
Yeah, I like to go into different places and be there. But my initial, when I first started, my son was 5 years old, and it was some people that I was cool with. And my son been homeschooled for a long time. Just recently he got into high school and started his teenager acting up. But at any rate, back then it was like, okay, they had a big family. Her and her husband, they had like 10 kids between each other, and we wanted to build a homeschool network.
Okay.
Now we have been cool for some years based off some other friendships. You know what I'm saying? So now, mind you, when not too long after I met her and her husband, she had like tried to, like, I was Muslim. I still consider myself Muslim. I just don't wear the garb and all that. But I was practicing Islam, fully covered and stuff. And it was like she kind of approached me with the thought of maybe I could be her co-wife. Now, I'm not against polygamy.
Right.
But they're just not who I would want to be in polygamy with, right?
Right.
I'm just not trying to be the nanny, you know. So
okay, who's gonna be the nanny?
I politely declined, you know, but we can be cool. We still sisters. I'm not mad at you because I'm not against it. You know what I'm saying? It's just he's not the guy for me, right? So some years later, we decide we're gonna do the homeschool network. Mind you, before I leave, I say, now I went up there a while before I left Ohio to do a show, to host a show for her, because she was like doing concert promotions and PR for people. And like she did PR for I don't know if you know Maimuna Yusuf, Moo Fresh. Yeah. She did some PR for her and a couple other people. I want to say I can't remember her name. She's a female rapper with dreadlocks, blonde hair, blonde locks. She dope as hell. Like Moo Fresh, dope as hell. Like she was really a dope PR person, but they had some underlying issues, right? So I made sure that I messaged her. Remember that I'm not coming there so that we can be a family. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming there to build the network, and we're gonna work about 6 months. I'm out your space, and we'll still be able to work, right?
Right.
Because they had like a really big ass house in California, right? Really nice house, right? It was Section 8, but it was like a mansion because they had so many kids, right? It was beautiful. You would not believe this house for it to be Section 8, right? So me and my son went. Now it's just me and my one son.
Right.
He's 5 years old. He hadn't started building his character yet. So he was still a good kid. He still is a good kid, but he was just a kid, right?
Yeah.
So all this stuff happened, and they tried to make it seem like me and my son was taking advantage of that. I'm like putting in work, trying to find jobs, and like, because I'm a hairstylist, so I can transfer my license anywhere. They were sabotaging my interviews, all kind of shit, calling the people. Girl, it was just all kind of shit. Anyway, ixnay that. I sent my son to my mother's house, and then I met my sister right before I moved to California, right? So then she asked me to come to Tennessee with her. So that's, you know what I'm saying? You get in my drift. I'm moving because I'm going to help people do different things. Right. And I'm saying, okay, I'm solid. Me and my son, I'm going to have him, he on my hip. You know what I'm saying? I got my license. I can transfer a license anywhere. I can get on my feet, no problem. Right. So I'm like, okay, we're going to do this for a few years and just see, you know what I'm saying? So I know a lot, not know, but know a lot of people. So I'm like, okay, next project, you know what I'm saying? So it's family now. My sister, she ended up with breast cancer. So I stayed with her for a year. Yeah, unfortunately. So we stayed with her for about a year until she started her radiation therapy. Until she was done with her radiation therapy. And then I went to my mother's house in North Carolina to help her because my stepdad was dying. Yeah. Then when I left there, it was like, okay, time to ground myself, me and my son, just me and my son. Went to Georgia and got opened my own barbershop, me and him. You know, it was a building, but it could also be used as a house. So
Right.
we lived there and I had my own barbershop after a year of living in Augusta, Georgia, right?
That's
So,
what's up.
okay, so I know how to get on my feet. I know what
Right.
I'm doing. I'm not just haphazardly living my life. I
Right.
know when I move here, it's for a reason because I
Right.
love helping people. That's why I'm in the nursing field because I love helping people.
That's what's
So
up.
every time I moved, it was a project, right? So the last project was in Illinois. That's when I got sexually assaulted, like 2 months after we got there, right? I had to stay there for a whole like almost 2 years, and the person had access to the house. So in this situation, I have to act as if I want to be with him in order to keep myself safe, right?
Mhm.
Do you, I know you can just imagine, but if you've never been in that situation, I'm thinking to myself, like, this is exactly what a hostage situation is,
Yep.
minus being told you're a hostage for me
Yep.
because they knew I couldn't go nowhere, right? So I have to pretend as if I want to be with this dude. But as soon as I was able to get my situation straight, I immediately did a 360. I started telling him to his face, you know what you did. You know what you did. You know what I'm saying? So he would never apologize to my face. We would
Mhm.
be like at a function in a crowd of people, and then he would be standing somewhere near me and be like, I'm sorry. And it would be like so much noise. Nobody really hear, nobody really know what he's talking about. But I know what you're talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I forgive him because I know that something hurt him for him to hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, everybody can't live their life on that level of forgiveness. Now, if I was to see him, I would not want to be like, hey, hey, hey.
Right. Of course not.
But it's like, okay, live your
That's
life.
crazy. And it's funny that you say that because I mean I understand the situation. Well, I can relate
Hmm.
similarity. Only because for me it was my baby father.
Hmm.
And I had a baby on my hip, a baby on my
Hmm.
stomach. I couldn't get away. I
Yeah.
really didn't have a way of getting away. You know what I mean? And but when I finally got the chance, I was gone.
Yeah.
And so, but the forgiveness part, when you said that, I mean, it kind of, I get it. I forgive him because obviously he wasn't wrapped too tight.
Right. Exactly.
Something in him was not wrapped too tight. To think that
Exactly.
he was gonna be beating my tail like he was. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like, but if I see him now, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't be no embracing and no how you
No,
doing, none of that. You know what I mean? I might punch him in the face.
man. I
Depending on what
saw,
state of mind I'm in.
honey, I saw when I was 9 years old, I had a grown man tell me when I was in the basement of my apartment building, getting ready to wash my clothes, to not pull my panties down to nobody but him. And was chasing me around the washing machine. This was my friend's uncle. I spent the night at her house.
Mm-mm.
I wake up in in the middle of the night because I feel uncomfortable and I have to
Mhm.
pee, right?
Mhm.
So I'm looking, but I'm not sitting up. I'm just laying there. And when I look, I remember things like I remember things now. Like I started remembering things when I was 23 because I had blacked out. Like I believe I prayed when I was younger for me not to remember that stuff because I didn't want it to stop
Traumatized.
me. You know what I'm saying? Stop me from progressing. And when I was 23, after my first son passed away, I blacked out. And that's when all this stuff started coming back. So at any rate, so this was the night that he really tried to molest me. And the only reason that he didn't get as far as he wanted to, because he had me on his lap, on his penis, on his lap. And I told him I was gonna pee on him. And he let me go because he knew if I peed on him, then that would be evidence of him touching me, right?
Yep.
So I seen this man when I was about 19, 20 years old. And I was walking down the street in the projects where I stayed. And he knew exactly who I was, but I didn't know who he was. He knew exactly who I was, and I didn't know who he was. And he said, "Hey, Dawn. Oh my God, you are so beautiful. I knew you was gonna grow up to be so beautiful. How are you?" And I'm looking at him, I'm like, and my best friend was with me. My best friend is almost 20 years my senior. And she was like, "Who is that?" She always called me Miss Scott. "Who is that, Miss Scott?" I'm like, "I don't know." And he was like, "It's me, Hanky." And my heart stopped. And I just looked at him. And my sister, I call her my sister. And my sister was like, "What's wrong?" I said, "That's the man that tried to rape me when I was a kid." And she was like, "Oh, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here." And I couldn't even, but he had the audacity to approach me
Hey,
like he was somebody that was good to me. You know what I'm saying?
like what?
So I know the feeling of seeing that person and them trying to act as if, you know what I'm saying? But
Cut
I
it out.
bless their hearts, you know what I'm saying?
Bless their heart. That's it.
He dead now. He's dead now, and God let me know, like, because I had no contact with his family or nothing like that. I don't even remember how I found out that the man was dead, but I was like, good riddance. Everybody that ever did anything wrong to me have always gotten they just due. So but I always, like, in my heart, in my head, in my hot-headedness, in my Leo ways, I want to kill you. I want to fight you, but
I'm gonna let justice get you.
I'm gonna let God get you,
That's
because
it.
I know that if I get you, I'm getting myself. I'm gonna end up fucking myself up.
I literally know that feeling too.
Yeah, I believe it, bro. I believe it.
I know that feeling all too well. I just know, and that's like the other thing when why I say accountability is so freaking important, and why I say I really took a notion of understanding it a few years ago.
Yeah.
Only because I was married a few years ago, and the stuff that I went through in my marriage, like I probably would have ended up on the episode of Snap.
Yeah.
Okay. Like if I really had to just follow through with the shit that was going on in my mind and the stuff that was telling me to do this and do this,
I
and
wish
then
you.
what I'm gonna go to court and tell the judge, well, my husband cheated on me, so I killed him.
Right. Right.
Where you going? You going straight
to jail. Crime of passion.
Yeah.
Crime of passion. Yep.
So that's why I like that accountability shit is so important, and it makes you think about decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you just go out here and just say, I'm not even gonna think about it, I'm gonna just make the decision. And I have done that before.
Yeah, we all have.
You think that you're just gonna make a decision and you're not gonna pay for that.
Yep.
At the end, you're stupid.
Yep.
Like that's crazy. Because
Yep.
ain't no way, ain't no other way. There's like no other way. You're either gonna make a good decision and reap the benefits, or you're gonna make a bad decision and you're gonna reap the consequences. But
Yep.
either way, you think about
You
it before you do it.
Something coming back. Something coming back.
Something coming back.
Yep.
So you better be thinking about it and realizing what it is when it
That's
happens.
right. That's right. Girl, when I left Chicago to come where I'm at now, and the only reason I'm not saying where I'm at is because
Nah, you don't. Please don't. You good?
dude is a stalker.
You good?
So, when I came where I was at before I left, because I made that decision, because I used to do pet transportation. So how I ended up where I was at was transporting a pet, and I just was like fell in love. So when I made that decision, I asked God, I said, look, not like I said ultimatum or, a definite,
Right.
because you can't do that. That's not how I'll talk to God. But what I said was, no matter how hard it gets, just keep me strong. And I don't want to have to ask anybody for anything unless I have to. And when I tell you, he made that happen, he made it happen. I got here December 22nd. My plan was, I had a whole plan, it faltered, right? So like for a month and a half, me and my son was staying in and out of hotels, and the ladies from women's shelter helped us pay. They paid for the hotel. They sent us groceries. They bought me uniforms for me to start my job. You know what I'm saying? So that was the help that I need unless I had to, right? God made it happen.
Yes, he did.
Come February, I got my apartment. Come March, I got a 2021. I'm like, he know what he doing. You just have to make the decision and prepare yourself.
Yes. Yes.
You make the decision and you prepare yourself. If you know that you're not doing anything to harm yourself or anybody else, he's going to make it happen. You just got to keep your mentals together in order to stick through the hard part, because it's going to be hard. Because you got to, no matter whether it's a good decision or a bad decision, and I've noticed that in my little 45 years, because my friends are always older than me, so they always tell me, like one little lady at my Tai Chi class, you're still a puppy. You're still a little pup. I was like, okay.
Okay, I'll take that.
Whatever.
I'll take it.
So, but I've learned in my little 45 years, whether it's a good decision or a bad decision, in between the start point and the finale, it's always going to be some bullshit you're going to have to deal with, because especially if it's a good decision, because if you're making a good decision and you evolving yourself to a better person, because we all have to evolve into a better person. Even people that start off thinking they, I'm not, thinking they're good, they still need to evolve into a better person. We all need to evolve into better. And I don't want to even say person, I want to say human being.
Human being, yep.
Because so even in that process, I had to deal with the hard part to see the results of what I was asking for. So even with good decisions, you still gonna have to face accountability, right? Because you're gonna have to, if I decide college is an awesome decision, if I decide to go to college, my accountability is I gotta make them grades. My accountability is I gotta pay for school or pay them loans back or whatever it is.
Yep.
But the end result is gonna be a good result, but I still gotta deal with the accountability of the decision that I made, right?
Yep.
It just hurts more when you gotta face that you put yourself in a bad situation. Because when you're going through, when you fighting for the good decision, you saying to yourself, why me? Why me? Why me? Why me? When you're going through the hard part of that good decision. You know what I'm saying? And still, when you made the bad decision, you're gonna be saying, why me? Why me? Why me? Why me? And the end result not gonna be what you want it to be. So both routes, it's accountability.
I would take that accountability, bro. Either way it goes.
That's right.
The way it goes. That's one thing I hope people get, like, it's, and even with like our whole government system, like, it's so funny that when I said that, and I was like, accountability is something that is a very important lesson that they don't teach you in school. They don't teach you this in school. And you're supposed to learn this at home.
Yeah.
That is the home teaching.
Yeah.
So, but then like you got social media that doesn't help. Get on social media, blame other people for the things that they do or whatever. And then our government, that's not helping, because we ain't even gonna talk about that one. That's a whole nother subject. But they don't be taking accountability for some of the stuff they be doing either. So, but
God bless them. Bless their hearts.
God bless them.
Bless their hearts. You know what I'm saying? Like, bless all of our hearts, because we in
all of our hearts.
We in a pickle right now, honey. We in a real fucking pickle. We in the damn pickle jar. We are the pickle juice, goddammit. Like, God bless us all. That's all you can say, like, because even our president, Barack Obama, he still has to be accountable for the actions he did not take and the actions that he did take. Everybody, it's a trickle down effect. The doctor has to be accountable for his diagnosis and his prescription. You know what I'm saying? We have to be accountable for taking our asses to the doctor when we know our hip out of place. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, and I'm saying that shit Cause I fell into a fucking split when I was 43, girl. And I was doing my stretches and exercises, shit. I'm sliding on the yoga mat, and all I could tell myself was let it go. Just let it go. So my hip was like pop.
Oh shit.
Shit. That's all I could do is say shit. When I finally was able to get my ass up off the floor, I'm like, Lord, I just don't want a hip replacement. Please let me, please let me be able to carry my own damn leg. That's all I want. I'm better now. Like I'm good now. It's, you know, it's pain and shit, but I'm saying, I still had to be accountable for the fact that I was doing the damn stretches too much. You right? So I would have slid my ass into a split if I would have level, because I know I ain't never been able to do a split, even when I was in dance class. And my dance teacher name was Mrs. Payne. And I still couldn't do a fucking split. So I'm gonna decide at 43 that I'm gonna go a little bit further.
You was gonna do a split. You was gonna risk your life.
Right. I'm about to risk my ability to walk to do some extra stretching. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Oh Lord, listen, that's why I don't need to be playing around like this. I'm 36. I was like, these balls don't even. We good. We
They don't work that way, girl. They don't work that way.
We not even about to do that to myself.
God bless the dancers, because one of my best friends is a dancer, and her toes have been so bruised that time from doing.
They be on them toes all the time.
But she's a beautiful dancer, but her toes will be bleeding, her nails will be, you know, breaking off, and it's like, but that's the decision that they make. You know what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful decision, but they have to deal with
to reap that shit at the end of it.
Yeah.
They put them feet in some cold ice water and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you know, I couldn't do it. God bless them. Yep. God bless them. God bless these people. God bless y'all nurses.
Thank you.
I can't do it.
God bless
I can't even see myself doing it. God bless y'all. Real talk.
Yeah.
That's a hard job to do, especially like teachers too. Nurses and teachers, and you know what I mean? Y'all have to deal with so many different personalities.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta deal with the older people that rude as hell because they old and they don't care. And then the teachers with these little kids that's just so disrespectful. Like y'all got so much to go on. God bless y'all.
Look, real. I had a new respect for police officers recently, not because, you know, just because they police officers, the good ones, you know, the good ones. It's good and bad in every
good ones out there.
You know, it's a good and bad in every walk of life. You know what I'm saying? You might go to the damn mosque and you might find a rapist. You know what I'm saying? Or a child molester. So, you know, it ain't just in the Catholic Church, and it ain't just all cops ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? But I learned a new respect for them because where I live is a small place, but it's a lot of action. And the police force is very small. But still in all, they try to help. You know what I'm saying? They try to help like homeless people. They try, you know what I'm saying? Like they try to help. Like when me and my son was in our little hard part, it was a cop that tried to help us. You know what I'm saying? It's just, in every walk of life, you're gonna have somebody that's a dick and you're gonna have somebody that's not. You know what I'm saying? And that's just it.
True story.
And that's just
that's what's up.
Nope. But yeah, when we learn to embrace accountability, it's a beautiful part of evolution. It really is, because then you learn more about yourself. Because once you realize that one, like you said, just recently you started understanding accountability. So once you realize that one lesson, you're gonna look back on your life and say, okay, I could have did this better on that point. You know what I'm saying? And then you just gonna reevaluate yourself. Not, you don't have to get down on yourself. You just reevaluate yourself and you say, okay, from this point on, if I'm gonna do this, then I need to do this. Just like just say for instance, smoking weed or whatever. Now, I don't have anything wrong. I don't see nothing wrong with a little smoking and wine, right? And God bless R. Kelly, because something happened to him for him to be the person that he was too. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see nothing wrong with a little smoking wine. And but if you gonna smoke and drink, and it's gonna cost you $50 to smoke and drink, but your phone bill or your light bill do, you got to make a decision.
How
Now,
bad do you want to talk to people? How bad do you want to think?
More because you're gonna be worried about your lights getting cut off because you know you ain't paid that fucking bill. Right. But if your lights on, you can say, okay, next time I can slide a little to the left because this bill is paid. Right?
That's real talk.
It's the easiest thing, but it's hard because, like you said, it's not taught to us from start to finish.
Funny story, right? Speaking of something like that, this is like I signed myself out of the system, out of the foster care system at 17. So I was able to get my first apartment. I left there because I was roommate with somebody and went to Columbia, got my own crib when I moved off campus, I got my own crib.
Nice.
Speeding forward, I was like 20. I'm fast forwarding. I'm gonna tell you why I'm fast forwarding, because at 17 was when I first got my first apartment, but at 20, I moved off campus and got my own crib. Okay. Nice. All right. Nice. So now when I was 17 with my first crib, I didn't have to think about the responsibilities of paying light bill, water bill, rent, and all that other stuff, right? Okay. So fast forward, we 20, own crib. Why? Listen, why would I not pay my cable bill? No, I was like, I'm gonna pay my internet bill. I have a light bill and internet bill. I love weed. So weed is weed. That's your friend. That's me, right? That's your friend. That's my friend, my best friend. So that's right. My light bill, my internet bill, and then weed. I'm gonna get the weed. First of all, you already know I'm about to get the weed, so we're gonna have to put that down. So it's the light bill and the internet bill. Why would I pay the internet bill and not pay my light bill? You crazy as hell. Girl, they cut my damn lights off. I'm sitting there with internet and weed and no lights. I was like, this is the stupidest ever. So like my point was that like now at the age that I am now, bruh, I paid my light bill. That's right. That's right. God damn it. Fuck this internet, bruh. I paid this internet bill another time. I'm gonna pay this damn light bill. Okay. Okay. It's just, levels to it. When you learn, right. You learn. When you learn, you learn. That's for sure. That's for sure. Oh my God, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. Girl, you was high when you made that decision. You stoned out my motherfucking mind. You was thinking, as long as I got the internet, I can still get on the phone, I can still get on the computer, I can still do what I need to do. Shit, them lights got turned off. I was in there like smoking in the dark. It's all right. Yeah. We done all been through it, girl. When I married my son's father, and I was Muslim, and I had to be accountable for my actions when I married this man. Like, I don't judge people. So he was a felon. That's okay, brother. There's plenty of programs, there's plenty of jobs you can get. He's a good guy, very intelligent. That's what I like about him. Right. This brother could read a book and quote back to you verbatim. And he reads like fast, right?
He ain't the best speller, but he can read. He can read his ass off. I don't know how you can read and can't spell, but hey, but hey, so
Hey.
do what you do. So he's super intelligent, right? So we got married, practicing Islam. You know, you can't have sex or anything before you get married. I got pregnant as soon as we got married, right? I'm talking about first time fucking I was pregnant, and I knew I was pregnant, right? Because I was getting sick. I'm like, oh, damn, right? But anyway, so I had a co-wife too, right? Cool, don't bother me, because my whole thing about polygamy is I know me. I like my alone time.
Okay.
So I don't mind a clingy man, but after a certain amount of time, it's like, Tanisha texted me earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like, Victoria is looking for, I think she needs some groceries. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to sit my lazy ass on the couch and watch a new movie on Netflix without being touched. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But when I have a good man, I love my man. I take care of my man. It's just, give me a little space.
That long time is beautiful.
It's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
So, but at any rate, my first recollection of knowing that I made a mistake was I was in the kitchen. He is allergic to seafood, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make our dishes separately. I made me some shrimp Alfredo and made him something else, right? But I'm opening the can and I didn't have a can opener. I know my dumb ass. I don't know why I ain't go buy a can opener way before I was even married, right? So I'm like, oh, fuck it. I'll use a knife. So I'll get a steak knife. I'm stabbing the top because I learned that from my mother, and you can jimmy it up, right? So I do that. I stab the top, and I had to stab it one more time, and I stabbed my hand. You can't see it, but I got like a little scar right in between my thumb and my. So anyway, I stabbed my hand, and I'm like, oh shit. He like, what's wrong? What's wrong, baby? What's wrong? I said, I stabbed myself. This motherfucker told me, man up. I said, oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, I tell you, retribution is not mine. Revenge is not mine. God has my back.
Hey.
The next morning, this nigga woke up sick as fuck with the flu, sneezing, fever. Mind you, you just told me to man up.
Man up.
He crying. Hey, I said, what's wrong? What's wrong? Yeah, I said, oh, man up.
That part.
And walked out the room. You're not gonna help me? For what? I stabbed myself. And you told me to man up? Man up.
Eat your word.
Eat your words. Get yourself straight.
Yep.
That was the first inkling. I was like, okay, this was a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Because not because you told me to man up. I'm a tough bitch. You know what I'm saying? I man up all day, every day. But we just got married, bro. I just stabbed myself trying to cook for you. You didn't even get up out the bed, look and say, oh, let me help you clean it up. I'm saying nothing. No, let me help you clean it. No, oh, let me put a bandage on it. None of that. Just man up. I said, oh, okay. Second, because you only get three strikes, bro. Like, I'm telling you.
I do the same thing.
I don't have time. I'm not going to waste my time any longer than I need to. I don't care if I look like a hoe. I'm not going to waste my time when I know this ain't going to work.
Yep.
I'm not. So second tally mark was, but you don't get 5, you only get 3. The second tally mark was, I'm driving and this nigga tells me, oh, I was thinking about going overseas and studying the Quran. I said, oh, that's nice. This Islam. So, you know, in my head, that's, you know, it is a beautiful thing, you know, if you got the money to do it, right? And I was thinking, if you get a job and Samia get a job, y'all can help me. I said, hold on. Hold on. Mine is the Muslim guard, my nigga. I'm a black woman, bro. let's unveil this shit. Let me, you might not know you might not have seen me because I've been wearing this veil all the goddamn time. I'm a black bitch. Maybe you missed it.
You missed the skin color.
You missed the skin color. All that love making and fucking we was doing, you still didn't realize I'm black. You think I'm about to work to pay for you to move overseas to study? Boy,
You know, bumped your head.
you got like fucked up. I don't know what type of bitches you've been dealing with. Maybe your other wife support you like that. But in my mind, in a polygamous relationship, you man enough to take care of both of our ass.
That part.
If you ain't,
That's what I thought that meant. That ain't what that means.
that's exactly what it means.
That's what it means, right?
The only way you can have another wife in Islam and naturally in polygamy is if you can take care of everybody equally.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah,
That's the only way to work.
That definition all messed up.
Girl, I said, oh, strike three. Strike two. I mean, strike two. Strike three was when I had my son. Mind you, how fast I got pregnant. I had my son. He had to let this broad convince him that I was pregnant by somebody else because she never had a baby. So this motherfucker tells me, "Are you sure that's my baby?"
Right? What?
When I tell you my son came out looking exactly like him with all the birthmarks in the exact same spots. And all he could do was apologize. I said, okay, oh yeah, okay. But when I was 8 months pregnant, I was already on going back home. I was already on it.
So he was already on that.
I knew he wasn't gonna just let me go. He had started riding over the road on the truck with his homeboy or whatever. I knew he wasn't just gonna let me go. So I waited till I had the baby. Then I told him, I said, you can stay with Samia. I won't be mad. You know what I'm saying? You can stay here with her. She'll help you. She'll take care of you because she wasn't the cutest thing. So she felt like she had to pay to keep him in. I mean, I love Frida Kahlo, but she had the unibrow and it wasn't going nowhere. And you can stay with her, it's not gonna hurt my feelings, that's what you should do. He wasn't going for it. So we moved back to Ohio. 3 months later, I tell him, I said, you know what? Because I can see that he was like bipolar, like because he would go from 0 to 60 in like hot seconds. And I'm trying to speed it up, right? So in real time, the baby like 3 months. My friend invited me to go to a Musiq Soulchild concert. We was in the new Black Panther party and his father was the chairman. He was supposed to be his father's security. When we on functions, now my son was raised in the new Black Panther party office, right? He had his playpen in there. So from when we would go to functions, he's securing his father. So the Minister of Justice, which is the chairman's right-hand man, he like, okay, I'm gonna secure the woman and the baby.
Right.
Somebody got to secure the woman and the baby, right?
Right.
So he then came up with this whole idea that me and MOJ fucking. You securing your daddy. We need security, right? But when somebody decide they're gonna secure me and my child,
we gotta be fucking.
We gotta be fucking. So I started seeing little things. We go to the concert. He already knew that I liked Musiq Soulchild, but ain't no chance in the world of me and Musiq Soulchild, right? My friend knew I love Musiq Soulchild, but she know ain't no chance in the world of me and Musiq Soulchild. I asked him as a wife if he mind me going to the concert. No, you can go. I said, she bought me a ticket. I'm gonna wear this. Now, as a Muslim, this is what I'm doing because I have to respect my husband, which I'm gonna do that anyway, as long as he's a good man, right? So I lay out the outfit, head wrap, big shirt, long skirt, combat boots. Nothing sexy at all. Nothing sexy.
Covered from head to toe.
From head to toe. This motherfucker gets mad when I'm leaving to go to the concert. You can't even wash my socks. What? What? Wait a minute.
What?
First of all, when did you need your socks washed? Like, when did
I didn't get that memo.
right? Like, when did you tell me? And you want me to wash your socks out by hand because we didn't have a washing machine to dry it. You want me to wash your socks out by hand before I go to the concert? You got life fucked up.
No, because you knew I was going to this concert.
You knew I was going. This motherfucker the day before, no, all this about the socks happened the day before the concert. This motherfucker pulls out an AK-47 and says, I got my son in the carrier. I'm getting ready to go towards the door. He grabs the clicker, like, you move and I'm gonna shoot this motherfucker up, shoot my car up. I said, oh, you tough. You real tough. I said, okay, hold on. I don't play with the police, but I don't play with my kids either.
That part.
I said, okay. As I'm dialing, I said, standing there looking at him with the phone in my hand, 911. He said, oh, you calling 911? I'm about to shoot their ass up. I'm gonna shoot their ass up, girl. He running. Yes, he running up the street with the clicker, like, I'm gonna shoot their ass up soon as they ride by. I don't know where he went to hide or whatever, right? The police get there. I call one of the brothers. He get there before the police. He said, where he go? I said, he went up the street that way. Brother, he go find the clicker in the trash can, right? Because he know all the ins and the outs of the streets, right? So he go find the clicker in the trash can before the police get there. Police get there. He come walking back. Brother there, he said, don't say nothing, right? This is what brother said. He let him walk up. They like, get down on the ground, get down on the ground. He like, what? What did I do? Get down on the ground, get down. You had a weapon, you got a weapon. He like, I don't have no weapon, I don't have no weapon. They said, when they stood him up and they opened his coat, they said, do you have any weapons? He said, all I have is this. And he pulls out a knife. He said, she must have just saw this. I said, you think that I don't know the difference between an AK-47 and a fucking hunter knife? Come on, bro. So he went to jail. He went to jail, girl. He in jail. He ain't nowhere near from Cleveland, right? He from Kentucky and Georgia. He in jail calling me, telling me, my niggas said I need to leave you. I said, yo, niggas, you just met your buddies in jail, and guess why they in jail? Because they did some dumb shit like you. So you go ahead and you tell them you gonna stay with them then. Because you ain't coming back here anyway. I don't want your ass. You know what I'm saying? So the nigga,
The fuck?
he finally gets released. I tell him, I said, okay, this is what I'm about to do. Because, you know, sometimes you have to do just like I did when I was in that situation when I got assaulted, you have to play it along to get along.
Yeah.
So for a little while, I played along to get along, and I told him, I said, you know what, babe? I think that it would be best if you went back to Georgia first, went to school, get you a job, and then come back and get your family.
Love it how you put that on him like that.
Right? I said, then you won't be so stressed.
Right.
Worrying about, you know what I'm saying? We'll be okay. You're gonna go ahead, get you some skills, get on your feet, then come get us, and we'll be here waiting. 3 months after that, he called me, y'all ready? Y'all ready? I said, oh, we divorced because Islam. 3 months. In 3 months, if the husband leaves for 3 months and he doesn't take care of the family, don't send money, don't do nothing, it's an automatic divorce. He was like, you are malicious, bitch. I said, whatever you want to think, bro, because I'm not going to that.
Damn, got him good.
That marriage was all of my pregnancy in a couple months. That's how much I don't got time. That's how much time I do not have, Octavia.
Hey, I see you on that one. I'm with you. I ain't got no time like that.
And as long as, you know, it hurt like a mug, but I love that a lot, that God shows me everything. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always, either you gonna see it or you ain't. You know what I'm saying? And it's always, that lesson is always like, it's fast moving and I gotta pay attention because if I don't pay attention, I'm gonna miss it.
See, and God got a sense of humor with my life. I don't know what it is. That's he made me the way he made me because he got a sense of humor and I got a sense of humor. But if I miss the lesson,
Yeah.
if I miss it,
Yes.
oh, we bringing that shit back around. He coming
Oh,
back.
yes.
Oh, you missed that one. Oh, I'm a vet.
Here you go. Oh, here you go. And that's how it is. You're gonna learn. You gotta learn that lesson. Is until you.
And
learn
if you
that,
don't, you're gonna keep going through some shit to where you need to learn that particular lesson. And once you get it, then you have to go to the next part. I'm learning that. That's the crazy shit.
But you know what? When I was a cosmetology instructor, I taught adults. And I had to tell one of my students one time, I said, hold on. Let me switch here. Feel like, I don't know, like an accident making happen. But I told my students one day, I said, you know, as adults, we think that the whole, you know, not even as adults, but as we grow up, people tell us, you have to find yourself. And that's a never ending goal.
Never.
It's a never ending goal because even when you think you found yourself, you have not found yourself because you're in a whole nother realm of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an ongoing lesson and it's an ongoing thing for us to know who we are because different things trigger you and you won't know unless you're paying attention. Like I know now, like I can stay solid. I could not like, there's a girl at my job that I wanted to snap on, but I didn't, right? So, but I carry all that in traffic. So when I'm in traffic, I'm cussing people out. You know what I'm saying? In the car, like, move, you stupid bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like
all that shit out the system. Getting
it out my system because I want to lay hands on people and not because I'm praying. You know what I'm saying? So
hey, I'm still in that shit. When you see that shit on Facebook tonight, don't say that. I want to lay hands on people and not because I'm praying. Okay. I love it.
God is working with me and he telling me, okay, you 45 now, you know, your little hip is out of place and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you might get some good shit in, but if they hit your hip the wrong way, you might go down.
You're going down.
No, I'm solid. Like I'm strong now. Like my hip is strong now, but the whole thing is my rage. You know what I'm saying? That's I think that not my final lesson, but that's one of my biggest lessons is my rage. Because I'm so nice and I get done so wrong by so many people that I love that my rage.
And you a lion.
Yeah, my rage is, and I'm a fire sign.
Yeah.
So my rage is dangerous.
Yeah.
So
lions,
like
you get them lions mad, boy, they snap your neck.
And when I tell you, that's what I did to the broad that I got into the last fight with. I almost choked her to death.
Oh Lord!
And I'm telling her while I'm choking her, I'm like, bitch, you don't know me, right? I'm nice on purpose.
On purpose.
Because I want to be nice because I love people. You know what I'm saying? But don't make me kill you. While her eyes rolling in her head, like, you know, since you about to die, because you wanted to test me. I'm when I'm telling you, I'm giving this bitch a speech while I'm choking her. I'm philosophizing this whole situation. Like, come on now. I've been nice to you all this time. You know what I'm saying? It ain't have to go down like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then when I finally let her go and she went limp, and the other sister that was there, she grabbed her and pulled her out the way. And I'm like, I didn't want to do that. But you made me do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you think I'm not going to sit somewhere and let somebody do something to me. I'm going to wait for you to hit me or hurt me first. No, when I know what your intention is, like, I'm not even, you know what I'm saying? Like, I liked this sister. Like, I really thought she was dope. You know what I'm saying? And then I realized that people have vices. You know what I'm saying? Just like they have vices. You know what I'm saying? And you want to help people so much. Like I know me, I'm very, very like, I see a homeless people, if I got it, I'm giving it. You know what I'm saying? If I see somebody, if I see somebody need help with their kids where I live, I'm helping. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter to me. If I got it, you can have it. You know what I'm saying? If you need me to uproot my life to come help you get out of a bad situation, I will do it because I have done it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good friend.
But don't take advantage of it.
And people do.
And that's what happens, and that hurts more than you just telling me, bitch, I don't like you. I'd rather you tell me, bitch,
I don't like me.
Get it that way, I know where we stand.
Oh my God, child, listen. This is why I honestly, I don't like to say I don't like people. It's not that I don't like people. It's that I don't like some of the stuff that people do, and it annoys me so much that I say to myself.
Right. And it is you don't like people. You like humans. You don't like people.
There you go. So it's like my anger is my problem too. And so I've learned in order for me to keep my peace and to keep from not being angry, I just kind of stay to myself.
Yeah.
But I haven't been like participating in stuff because we do the modeling thing.
Yeah.
I haven't been participating in none of that. I just stayed away from people. It's just that's my lesson. I think that's my lesson too right now is my rage. I think that's my too.
Yeah. And so in order to subside that, I have to, I do a lot of spiritual work on my own self. Like people send me messages all the time. Let me give you a reading. Let me do this. And I can do that for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't let people read me because I know.
You know how to do that for yourself?
Yeah. Because I do it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't charge people. You know what I'm saying? Like if I feel, that's why I connected with you because it was something in me that was saying, this sister, you know what I'm saying? Not you need my help. But I think we will feed good off of each other's energy. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, and and that's just how I am. Like I connect with human beings, and then sometimes their vices turn them into people.
And when you say vices, are you mean like their representative?
No, I mean their vices, their personal demons that they dealing with.
Okay, got you. Right.
They make them turn into a different person because your demons and my demons, they don't play together.
Not the same.
They're not the same. Like the demons that I have are demons from childhood and me trying to release all that built up animosity about things that happened to me. My demons are not because I've hurt people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what happens is when you battle, people's demons don't play together well, is because one person's demons have hurt other people and the other person's demons are dealing with being hurt. So they don't understand each other.
They don't work. Yep, that's true. Now I agree with that one. Now that makes a lot of sense. When I look at my marriage, when I look back on when I was married, my demons that I were battling was abandonment and rejection.
Yep.
And I was too busy trying to alter myself to fit in with the people at the church.
Yep.
So they liked me more. And it turned everything like crazy. You know what I mean? So I had to deal with my own battle, my own demons, and his demons was something totally different.
Yeah.
And we clashed. So that is so true.
Yep. That's how it is. But when we learn that, I mean, that accountability, man, it's a beautiful thing when we learn to face it.
Speaking of, I'm gonna talk about that too with the accountability. I will say this is how I also started learning about accountability. When I got married, it was my fault. I rushed into it. And I rushed into it because I was ready to settle down. I thought I had found a good person that I could settle down with. And we was in the church going heavy, apostolic, praying, speaking in tongues, fasting, all this good stuff. I was like, okay, this is a good place to be. So I rushed into it. But the funny thing about that's why I say God got a sense of humor with my life, because he had already showed me before I got married, because my ex-husband was like, he wanted to wait because him and his ex-girlfriend was still going through whatever they was going through.
Okay.
They still really was still connected with each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
However, because whatever he did, she didn't want to be with her no more. So somehow I ended up in the picture and I ended up being the rebound chick.
Mm.
Which is why I said God showed me before, because the girl was telling me all this stuff before we got married. He was like, let's wait a few months. And I was like, no, let's go ahead and get married. So after we got married, a month after we got married, he ended up cheating on me with the same ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
So now you see why I said, you know what I mean? So
yeah, and it's okay though.
It is. And I'm not even mad at them. I'm not mad at them at all. When I left the marriage, I said, he told me there was a bond that they had that they couldn't break. I said, well, you know what? I am not going to stand in the way of that. I'm not going to stand in the way of that. And I removed myself. I would like my divorce. You got her pregnant. She's not going to have a baby with you. Now y'all are stuck together for life. Now, because she wanted to be your wife, but I ended up being your wife. But now she got something from you for life.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
For life. Yeah.
Right. So now y'all are really bonded together for life.
Yeah.
But me and you are not, because we never had a chance to build the bond because you were too busy still stuck with that one.
Yep.
I'm not mad at nobody, but when I say I take accountability for it, I will tell anybody, well, why your marriage didn't work? Because I rushed into it.
Yeah. Yep.
I rushed into it. I was ready to settle down and he wasn't. He wasn't ready. He wasn't even over his ex yet.
Yep.
So yeah, accountability is serious. That's some serious shit.
It really is. It really is. And it's like, because even still, being accountable for the smallest things, you know what I'm saying? Like I try to teach, you still have to have common sense in this world. And a lot of people, that's why they can't be accountable, because they don't have common sense. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to say, oh, common sense is common sense. No, it's not. Because
it ain't always common.
It ain't. It's because you can take, just say for instance, just say for instance, the guy who raped, sexually assaulted me. I hate the word rape. But the guy who did that, just say for instance, he was sending messages to somebody that night about what he was gonna do. Right. Just say for instance, if he was doing that. So your common sense didn't kick in to tell you that if the police wanted to search your records, they could find those text messages in the cloud, even if you delete them.
Even if you deleted them, yep.
They can find them in the cloud, right? So your common sense didn't kick in to tell you that it wouldn't be the best decision to plan out what you're trying to plan out by telling people this is what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Just like selling dope.
Right.
It don't make sense now, especially in 2021, with all this homeland security, all these surveillance cameras everywhere, on the street lights, on the end of the store, in your car, like all this that connect you to the interwebs. If they can listen to you on your phone without you even thinking about it, what you think they can do in the car? What? So
common
sense would tell you, you got to make medieval moves if you in the drug game now. You got to send a messenger pigeon to your connect. Okay, because if you call him, you didn't just put yourself in the hole.
Common sense, people. Common sense.
You didn't just fuck yourself out of 15 years.
Okay. Common sense, my nigga.
But hey, man, I remember I used to want to be a stripper so bad, but I can't dance. Because I'm not. Look, I don't judge nobody. I think if strippers are dope.
Hell yeah.
You got to have fucking guts and fucking strength to do what they do.
And confidence.
And confidence. But people look at being a stripper as, oh, she just a hoe. a lot of strippers don't even have sex with dudes.
A lot of strippers is really doing the shit because they're trying to pay for something.
Pay for
Whether
something.
it's a career or
Yeah.
buy a house or
Yeah.
something. You know what I mean? Most people are nursing, going to nursing school, going to college. Most of them are. Some of them just do it because shit, they like doing it.
It's right.
But they ain't not they hoeing.
And there's nothing wrong with it. Like it's
I
since
don't
the
think that wrong with it.
time, shit, prostitution is the oldest profession in the book. So if she just
Okay.
dancing and shaking her ass, she ain't hurt nobody but herself if she fall off that pole like the one
Hey,
girl,
that shit is crazy. You talking about she fall off that post?
like the one girl did. You don't remember that shit? I made a whole skit about that shit.
Yo, that shit was crazy.
But she had to be accountable for her actions. You know what I'm saying? We all got to be accountable for our actions.
Straight like that.
Cause I know I ain't got the upper body strength. So if I get up on that pole, I'm gonna flatten my ass on the floor.
It's on the floor. About what call 911. Soon as you see me fall, you might well pick up your phone. She falling. Oh,
Yeah,
call
yeah,
911.
Soon as you see me trying to climb the pole,
You might
you
well call
have to
911.
speed.
Go ahead and call them.
And all I'm gonna say is, it was my fault.
Oh,
I
I
knew
did
I
this
could
shit
do
to
it.
myself.
I knew I
Did this to my damn self.
Yeah. Babe,
Yeah, listen, that's what's up, yo. I
yeah.
appreciate this. This was good talk. Good talk. Good talk. And
that's what's up.
definitely I'm trying to think. Like, well, anyways, we can talk about whatever any
Okay.
topic actually.
Okay.
For the following.
Okay.
Talk about whatever.
Okay.
You
Okay.
let me know if you come up with anything. You let me know, and then I guess you said you Sundays and Mondays and Sundays.
My schedule is gonna change after Christmas, so I'm gonna be on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday working. So then throughout the week, my days will be off. Monday through Thursday. Yeah, Monday through Thursday. That'll be my free schedule.
All right, so not next. Well, what's next week? So not next week. You ain't gonna be free
Yeah.
next week because
I
Christmas.
don't give a damn. I don't. I don't give a damn.
So whenever you free, just hit me up. I'm normally gonna be free during the afternoons. I work early in the morning and at night. So
Okay. Okay, that's cool. That's
we
cool.
can do this again.
All right, boo. I appreciate it.
it. Thank you so much. And I will definitely tag you in it when I finish doing the edit. I'm gonna post it on Thursday though. So
Okay, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
All right.
yeah. I'm gonna send it to you.
all right, thank you. You have a good night.
You too. Bye bye.